Okay. Money.
My
Just the
soul.
We
announcements.
need to go to Australia.
My soul.
Yeah. Oh, that's impossible, Andrew. Come on.
Yeah, dude, you're a DM. You're trapped in a soul coin or whatever.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say my soul is like demon ichor. It just seems to ooze and stick to the ground.
A hunter like
Ogma-
that.
Yeah.
Don't tempt
Oh.
me.
Are you trying to lick the DM?
Stop eating me!
No, I say lick.
All right. Does anyone want to recap?
We killed Acme's mentor in a hectic multiplanar fight. He did a ritual in front of a statue, painted like runes on his head, and then a big explosion came out. Fight ensued. He ended up dying. Mark permanently, like Zenfin permanently has his radiant soul wings out, although not the effects. So he just has a flying speed, not the extra radiant damage perpetually. Ogma puked up a aspect of a god at one point that ended up helping us fight. That was kind of cool. That's really what
your
happened. It was
standard
just
weekend.
one big combat. The whole session was a combat. That's really what
Yeah,
happened.
you got a bow that has like tracking shots and all sorts of Hanzo nonsense.
Yeah, it really is just Hanzo.
All right. So yeah, it's already in your character. Yeah. I double checked with the abilities and everything else. If you use any of the charges, just let us know what effect, and we'll just go from there. But ultimately, I don't need to have multiple attack lines for it. So just let me know what effect it is. Remember, it's only got 5 charges, and it replenishes on a critical. Okay.
Oh, I just reread the Mace of Disruption. I totally forgot. It sheds light for a 20-foot dim, or 20-foot bright, 20-foot dim. So no one's blinded if they're near me. We don't have to cast light anymore. My mace just does that. I totally forgot. But yeah, he also got cool bow.
Just as a reminder, we did get like 6,000 experience points from 2 sessions ago, or was that some other number?
I forgot.
If you've been here for just about every session, we're at 44,250.
Thank you.
So if that's what you adjusted yours to, cool.
Yeah.
And then the couple of people who have had MS multiple are like a little bit lower, but also Ogma just leveled up, so everyone's level 8 at the very least.
44? I count 43.
6,000 last session, yeah.
I think so.
I count 43. How'd you get 44?
43. Because I get to miss a session, I think is why I'm at 44.
No, I only have 43. How'd you get 44?
Yeah, we were supposed to be at 37,250 plus 6,000 is 43.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
It is. I think I just did my math wrong.
There you go. I'll fix it.
I already got it, 43,250.
Or you can just give us the extra 1,000. That's fine. You don't have
Extra
to make...
1,000 won't do.
That's
Extra
also
1,000
an
would do
option. Now, we also left off with, I believe it was 5 devils showing up being like, hey, are you guys the ones that caused the ruckus? And that's where we cut the last session.
Correct.
Because we had
time to kill
already
more
spent
demons.
the entire session in combat.
I'll
We were
let
about to
you
go into a
guys-
second combat.
I'll let you guys quickly just do what you need to on your character sheets. Just as a reminder, if you want Sirenscape, that's currently up and running. And that's about it so far.
We took a break after the battle?
No,
We
this
did
is
not.
immediately following the battle, so there's no rest, there's
Oh,
no
shit.
potential level up, nothing.
No, we literally only had enough time for like me to cast Identify and Agni to like loot his mentor's corpse, and then the devils showed up.
Okay, I have 17 HP, so...
I'll protect you, sister.
Thank you, brother.
I say as if I'm not on 14 hit points.
And Mark wasn't here last session too, correct?
Yeah, he
Mark
was.
was here.
Oh,
We were off last week. is what happened.
So all of us were here last time. Okay, I was trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just doing a couple of things in the background because certain things and values, for whatever reason, don't marry up.
No, I have not. I will open a Twitch and look at that. My iPad is across the room, and I didn't feel like opening it. Like going to go get it.
I'm missing one, which is you. Cool.
Ooh.
Wrong one.
Oh, so you're no longer doing the alternating; it's just all lined along the bottom.
Now then,
Support small businesses.
Dogma. Sorry, I was setting things up just in case, depending on how this goes, and health values on tokens weren't correct. So I had to do some funky stuff in the background. No, not at all. So,
Also, I have a level of exhaustion because it's been long enough between combats that haste is worn off.
there is that.
So that's gonna be fun.
So half of us are
Okay.
limping, some of us are tired. This is a good time.
Oh, I'm limping and tired. I am the overlap.
Limping? What do you mean limping?
On very
As
low HP, like
you
a limp, like if someone walks like very short on one leg and like long on the other.
Oh.
Like, that's a limp.
Okay, who's limping?
Me, I'm on very low HP.
Oh,
I'm also on
okay.
very low HP.
I thought you meant in real life. I'm like, why are you limping?
All right. So, as you all take stock of your current situation, Agni over the corpse of your mentor, now cradling your new bow. Ogma and Agnes, sorry, Ogma and Ogma coming out of a tree, coming out of the muck and goo that is sapping from it. You all find yourselves roughly around the nearby camp. You see around you the tree-like growths along the shoreline of a lake of bubbling black goo, each growth forming from the same ichor as the lake, writhing, membranous sacs budding from their limbs. As you stagger into this clearing, 5 bearded devils sort of hug together, not quite sure what to make as they brandish their weapons. As they look at you all and... Are you... Who are you? Why are you here?
Here,
Answer your
here,
question
or
with a question.
general here?
Answer your question with a question. Where's the one that you were bullying earlier?
One of them... A couple of their eyes narrow. You sort of roll an insight, please.
With disadvantage because of haste.
If it's an ability check.
It is in fact insight is in fact an ability check. But I'm also proficient.
Oh, wow.
This is what I wasted
Disadvantage.
my. This is what I wasted my 2 nat 20s on. Are you fucking kidding me?
What do you mean? You know what they're doing?
Oh, I'm gonna be dice cursed for the rest of the session.
I'm going to put a marker on the one that you know. It's at this point, it's you know that this was the one that was bullied. Sorry, you're not on the same map but there is definitely a marker if it comes up. There are 3 currently in front and 2 behind, roughly in a formation. One of the 2 behind is the one you identify as previously having a hard time.
The
I'll
short
just
one.
Yeah, the short king. I'll just show you. You okay?
Why are you
Who is
here? Says this one.
The one that was bullied, or is this like
Yes.
repeating the same one?
The one who was bullied.
Why we're here is none of your concern. Answer my question, are you okay?
He sort of looks at the others.
You don't need to look to them for approval. You're your own person.
I'm fine.
I'll raise my eyebrows.
You haven't answered our question. This is one of the ones in front.
I did, I said it's none of your concern.
Oh, I beg to differ. What are you doing here? This place is not for the likes of you. And he sort of looks. Do you have the body with you, roughly, or? Yeah. He sort of looks at the body, looks at you. Bounty hunters.
He's not one to be trifled with. I suggest you just let us pass and pretend you never saw us.
There's a few eyes being shifted. You'll leave?
That's what we were planning on doing. Oh, Agni, you can...
Roll a persuasion check.
Me?
Because I'm also actively talking to him, can I provide him the help action?
Yes. Just
Persuasion? Okay. 20.
Okay. But there's a sidelong glance. This, the one in the front middle, sort of mutters to itself, but just loud enough that you barely overhear. This isn't our problem. And there seems to be a sort of a communication between them. And you
Quiet to
watch
hear or in a
as-
different language?
As this is an infernal.
What are they saying?
Oh no! That this isn't our problem. to
Oh,
deal
they
with.
say that in this isn't okay. They
Infernal.
say that in Infernal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he was telling you because he knows that you speak Infernal.
You keep out of our business, we'll keep out of yours. Agreed.
I just stare him down.
They slowly start to retreat into the tree line.
I'm
They're
making any
they're
move.
not showing their backs to you. They're literally walking backwards.
I'll wait until they're out of view.
Of course.
Same.
Ogma
Can
the
I have
idiot
Thistle
will not wait
sneakily-
subtly. He'll
Can I have
just
Thistle
yell.
like? Sorry.
Oh,
Go
he's
ahead,
just gonna yell to the party. Man, if those guys don't want us here, there must be something pretty important. Should we, like, burn the whole place down and find it?
I have Thistle stealthily like go follow them like through the trees to see if they're like waiting for us.
Sure. Roll a stealth.
Here is Thistle stealth. Oh no! Get a +2 to this. Oh no, I think it matches. Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want him to come back if he sees anything suspicious.
Mm-hmm. But at this stage, they have retreated. As you all take stock of your current situation, a small little tiny creature rushes by. 2 legs, tall back, and a gleaming toothed cavernous maw with a long tongue seems to just dash from one side of the underbrush to the other.
Is it just looking at us, or is it just passing by?
As for all you can tell, it's just passing by.
What is that thing? Agnes just look up.
That thing is this.
Huh.
It's a chicken.
Oh, my favorite. Oh,
And it tastes like chicken.
Oh, it will.
Hey Ogden, you want some lunch?
he's already running at it like a wild man.
It starts to run off, going squawking, almost
As
chicken-like.
as Ogma runs by, I slap his back and give him guidance for whatever role he has to make.
I'm gonna. Agni's gonna. While that happens, Agni's gonna sigh. Set his mentor down at the base of the statue.
And run
Do
for the
the
chicken?
no, do like the typical like close the eyes, kind of bow at him for a minute,
Mhm.
and then slowly get up and walk following Ogma. Like
Alright.
Yeah, do we want to rest while Ogma has a Wile E. Coyote episode?
I think those devils are still nearby, and I don't think the spawning trees would be the best place to rest.
nope.
Do you want to
I think we should try to get back to the demon grinder and rest in the machine
anyone want to
if we can.
search any of the remaining tents, or
I'll do a quick like cursory look around on our way out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna lob one ray of frost at that chicken, just to see.
absolutely.
You want me to roll perception or investigation?
Roll me an investigation.
Hey.
We are gonna have chicken for dinner.
Roll damage for your ray, please, as it darts off or attempts to.
Oh man.
Well,
There
if it's
definitely-
go up, it's not darting as fast.
There is definitely impact, but it's not like it has actually caused it to pause in its stride. In fact, it's almost given it a slight boost.
It does have 5 less movement speed, though. Yeah.
It does have 5 less movement speed,
10.
but it's like someone has lit a fire underneath something.
Like,
If you know that expression.
Yeah. Now it's panicking. Sure.
Yeah. You watch as it attempts to leap off a couple of things and using its appendages on its back attempts to fly, but it can't hold itself aloft at all, and it kind of stumbles.
It doesn't fly, it glides. On an 11 investigation, do we find anything in the tents?
With an 11 investigation, as you have a look at the remaining tents, most of them are set out in with various swags set out, sleeping.
Flag.
Sorry, yeah, it's a sleeping thing. Like sleeping bags, pillow, all rolled up into one. Pretty handy. There is one, however, that grabbed your attention. It's set up on a sort of a makeshift desk. You see on it a sort of a half-drawn map. It's as roll me an intelligence check, just a intelligence check.
Are you counting this as a skill check for ability checks for disadvantage?
No, this is not a skill check. This is
It's just a flat intelligence. Cool. Just
Yeah.
how smart am I?
You know that mapping out. Do you have you must have a
I have proficiency in all tools, so if you're asking if I have cartographer's tools, yes.
No, I was gonna say you have weighted die today.
Yes, he hacked into Roll20 and gave himself weighted
Gaming-
dice. Weighted
Gaming,
virtual dice.
I thought you were talking about the in-game item, and I'm like, I mean, gaming tools are also considered tools, so yes.
So, you know that anyone trying to map out anything of Avernus or any of the Nine Hells will naturally make that person insane. So it's not really a map, more of a set of directions or a point of interest. There
Has
is
this been, like, anywhere we've been before, or...
no, this isn't anywhere you've been before, but you do, if you pull out your own map, you start to, there is like a warning sort of symbol, written, in the various sort of areas, sort of a stay away from here, if you can. And you see a lake, with a singular tower in the middle of it. You see
Like, with
sort of around this lake, a series of mountainous places, as well as chains sundered, and sort of a case of do not head down this route. There is, and you recognize the symbol for Mage.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So what I want to do is I want to point to the symbol on the paper and the point on our map and to psychically ask, like just a one-on-one conversation, psychically ask the Shield of the Hidden Lord, what do you know about the mage that's here?
That mage. Not that place. The mage is known as Mordekainen. He lives in that tower. He is one of the few great powers here.
Hell
But
of
do
not
we
for
know
real
about
estate.
him?
Mordenkainen was one of the 2 diviners that was given to us to go search for by Mad Maggie, the other one being Red Ruth, and we decided to go to Red Ruth. She told us where Red Ruth was, all she knew that was that Mordenkainen was on Avernus, she didn't know where. So we now have a location for Mordenkainen as a listed point of interest.
Mhm.
And he is. Rat her.
We only have to
Um,
navigate a lake
the-
of fire to get to him.
The shield will put a name to the tower as the Tower of
ERM or URM?
URM.
Cool. anything else, or
From the shield or from the map? The map. Nothing else is
either
really
or?
within the camp that you're able to uncover. You do find a couple of pouches of soul coins, coming up to a total of 6 soul coins in total.
I'll toss them to Agnes because she can hold. I'll take 2 to replenish the 2 that I can hold, but I'll toss the other 4 to Agnes.
Other 4? Okay, let me add them to my inventory.
Yeah, I can only hold up to 2, so I'm just holding 2 at a time to split them around the party.
Aside
Okay,
from that,
I have
you see
17.
aside from that, you see a handful of rations, water skins, various other living things.
I mean, I'll take any rations that are still usable.
Yeah.
Is there any weapons?
There are weapons, but they are inferior to yours, so it's not really worth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just kick them as I pass.
Yeah, some of them are crude, lots of them chipped and
Rusted.
whatnot. You find about 8 rations worth left.
Cool, I will gladly shove those into my backpack. 8 rations. Cool.
8 rations that aren't spoiled.
I now have 13 rations in my backpack.
Nice.
You can feed the whole party twice.
That's what I gotta start doing. We
Your rations.
we might not need rations. Because I
the
remember I
find
got
food and water spell.
nope, I got good berry.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
So I can just start
better
using
option.
that every night.
The rations is mainly if we come across like NPCs that need help, like the
Yeah,
ones that we found in
sure.
Israel. Those are really what I've used my rations on.
So,
If we want to throw bread at some orphans to make ourselves feel good, you're saying?
I mean, like that girl in the vampire den that wasn't bitten. Like, yeah, I fed her because she was probably starving.
Yeah.
is there anything
Okay.
else that you want to do here, or do you head back to your... Actually, no, you currently don't, because it's currently being looked after, so yeah. There you go.
Yeah, we'd have to head back towards the crossing. Before
Yes.
we leave it, I'm gonna take one try. I'm gonna just try and grapple this chicken, take him home with me.
As in, grab it and take it?
He does still
try
have
and
guidance.
Tackle it, you know.
You do have... Okay.
I
thought
gave
you were
him
chasing after
guidance
the
and then just
chicken.
went to go look around the campsite. It's not concentration, it just
Roll me
happens.
an athletics check, please.
And you add a D4.
I forgot you were chasing after the chicken.
9. So he rolled a max on guidance.
I'm pretty sure
I
he's
guided
trying to
him
get it
as
so we
much as I
can eat
could.
the chicken.
It's not
Um,
going to be nice.
See if I can find
Let's have a
it.
look. Yeah, unfortunately, it escapes.
Where
Quite
was it that?
dexterously.
It was an
I'm not gonna,
interesting
like, go
looking
around
If
chicken.
saying-
you guys don't want to wait for him to set up like a falling anvil to chase it under or something, we can move on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like go around like telling everyone in the party about the Tower of Vermin. I'm just gonna mark it on the map, like our map, so that we know that it exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a
Good
point of
idea.
attention right now, so I'm not super focused on it.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of what there is that we have that has been brought up for us to do. We currently have our vehicles being watched out for until we get to the other side of the river.
Mm-hmm.
We could just explore this side. There's also Bell's Forge, but he's a pit fiend, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also don't know. We just know that it's there. We don't know what the hell Kashchi's Maw is.
No.
And part of me also still wants to find out what this little Charybdis thing up here is.
Yeah, I'm always in for a good gaping maw.
Keep in mind, that there is a. You still have your Pit of Shomrath to visit. You have a place called the Stygian Dock, potentially
Also-
to investigate. If you want to head there,
There's
We have
also
to
the
make it back
obelisk.
across.
Yeah, there's also the obelisk which has Ubelux in there. I think if we go back across though, literally just because it's straight shot along the way, stopping at the Tower of might not be a bad idea on the way to either one we go to.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be pointless to do stuff on this side without our vehicles just because it takes forever.
I mean, one of
Can
us
you get
That's
a
me.
vehicle in this there?
one of us can fly back over because the motorcycles have enough jumping distance to jump over that portion of the river, so we can at the very least get the Devil's Rides.
Is
Or
there
we can just
anywhere
steal
we?
some wandering devils for their machines. That's also
Yeah.
Did the
True.
schoolyard bullies have any bikes we could steal?
these ones did not.
Ah, damn. Part of me wants to see what Bell's Forge is and see if it's like this campaign equivalent of like the Odyssey of the Dragon Lord's Mithril Forge. Like if we can get shit made there, that might be cool.
I mean,
It's probably gonna have a lot more involved in it, considering it's run by a pit fiend. But
There are
Give it
also
to- small
quite a
victories.
few
Agnes.
map
Sorry,
details between us and there. You know,
Sorry, not Agnes. Agni. My
Yes.
apologies.
there's a dungeon.
Roll me
and
a
there's
history
obelisk.
check just to see what you know of Bell.
a history check.
I will gladly.
Yeah.
I will gladly take notes on Bell.
All right. History. Here it comes. Yeah. Hey. 20. Nat 20.
Jeez.
21.
What's with the nat 20s today? Holy
I don't know.
shit.
So
Uh,
Bell, you know, was once the previous ruler of Avernus before before he was usurped. He looks panicked.
ooh, a guy with a grudge. Fun.
Okay.
Bell isn't B-E-L or B-A-A-L.
No, Bell. B-E-L.
Bell, not Bale.
Okay, Bell. So we're gonna deal with all the bells. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Bell's
former
house?
Archdevil of Avernus.
He's
Yeah,
not
the
a
notes that I already.
Slightly lower in the hierarchy than Ball, but not like a
Yeah.
huge amount, honestly.
Yeah,
The
the
reason
notes
I
we had
point this out
before.
because I played a game where they deal with the bells, like Belberith, Bell. Is it Babel, Belberith, Abel, Beelzebub?
Ball.
There's a lot of bells.
Yes, there are.
Yeah, the notes
Jezebel.
we had the notes we had before this history check was former Archdevil of Avernus, large pit fiend who is in on the audience of Asmodeus and Zariel, and to gain an audience you usually have to make an appointment with one of his underlings or intermediaries.
So Bell
there
used
anything
to
else
be
we
the
know?
ruler. Yeah, Bell used to be the ruler of Avernus before Asmodeus put put Zariel in charge over the top of him, because his fight through the against the abyssal demons was costing too much life.
That's really something devils care about.
Reckless war tactics in a ongoing war? Yeah.
When Zariel comes in and she starts to fight with a small contingent of angels, both forces to a standstill. Yes,
That too.
she is a greater tactical genius.
Noted.
Who, me?
I will actually put that into my notes too. It's just tactical genius.
So, are we heading back across the river?
We make our way that way That's me.
Why are we crossing back the river? I'm sorry.
so we can get our vehicles back.
Is there anything else over here before we do?
That's. I mean, it's gonna take us forever just to travel anyway.
There's other spooky stuff here, but we haven't been pointed in this direction specifically. Yeah. The thing from Red Ruth was for the pit. Yeah.
Correct.
Red Roof gave us the Pit of Shumroth and the Obelisk. The Tower of Urm was from the map that we found in the spawning trees. Bell's Forge and Koshchi's Maw and the Monument of Tiamat were just kind of given to us, and then other than that, there's the Stygian Dock, which I think Red Ruth also brought up to us.
I say we
So
don't
the
forget
Dock,
about
Bell's
the things here.
Forge, Korostachi's Maw, Monument to Tiamat, and the Obelisk were all originally from prior information before you came down here.
Okay, so these these two were given to us by Red Ruth. The Tower of Urm was from the map, and then there's also these 4 that we know of.
Yeah, and other
But I
places.
feel like going to a Monument of Tiamat right now is not the best idea.
The reason you're over here for the spawning trees was for the your companion's quest.
Yeah, for Agni.
I say we don't forget about the other things that are on this side of the river. It's just it'll take us longer to get there without our
It
vehicles.
doesn't matter if we have vehicles or not. The vehicles can't come over.
Yeah, the Devil's Ride.
Not right now.
The river, but the Demon
But we
Grinder
might
can't.
find
That's the biggest thing.
boatman who can.
Yeah, the
take
ferryman.
across, and then
This-
we can get to these places no problem.
I think the Stygian Dock and the Pit of Shumroth were the 2 places that we were told have a ferryman. If we want to try to get our vehicles like across the river, we can go back and look at those places. But we also have to remember that Nuzuluk doesn't consider the party an ally, so it doesn't really affect him. But for everyone else,
Nope.
there is the ongoing contract to help the Styx watchtowers in the next combat against the Devils. I know that that's not the exact
Yep.
wording of the contract, but it was
But
what was agreed upon.
Close enough.
They never mentioned devils. Could be orphans. Don't let you forget that.
I know you're not going to let me forget that.
Oh god.
New is not going to let you forget that.
Nope.
Well, me as a player, right?
Yeah, I was supposed to use a player. and New wasn't even there for the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Avernus's player reaction. Ogma does not care.
No, Ogma's here for the chaos.
The Stygian Dock does have a method of travel across, but it wasn't due to a ferryman. The Pit of Shumroth does, or was reported to have a ferryman, but in what manner you're not sure.
Also, if it's on the way, if we want to make a pit stop, we can see what this beacon tower is if we want to go to the Pit of Shumroth.
Beacon tower.
Th-
the
this.
Which
that
big
that
tower
looking
are you
thing.
talking about? Yeah.
That,
Yeah, that looking
like,
thing.
The Eye of Sauron. Yeah, Eye of
Sauron.
I'm gonna ask.
I was like, you could be talking about this one. There could be like.
No, there's a
whatever
lot of
this
beacon towers.
on the
I'm
map is.
specifically talking about Lord of the Rings ripoff over there.
Yep. I see what you're talking about. That beacon
There's a
one.
lot
There's only so many ways you can make a tower. Don't make fun of it.
So,
I mean, there's this giant sword in the ground.
where are we heading?
I feel like for right now, heading back to the watchtower is what we decide. Just at the very
Yes.
least, rest.
So at the moment, let's just say that as you guys all discuss this, you guys are walking back to the Styx watchtowers and your war machine. So you've got time during your travel to discuss all of this. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember to attune. Do I basically rest, or would the like walking to there count?
You need minimum of a short rest. So short
So
rest
an
is
hour.
defined as menial labor, something that you enjoy doing, sort of a thing.
Traveling for Agni.
Traveling is no. Sorry.
Okay, making sure.
Whilst you discuss where you want to go, I'm going to quickly go grab a drink, and I'll be back.
Cool.
I'm gonna be fair and honest. I have
I need to grab.
no idea what
Be right back.
to do.
Well, so it seems for plot progression, the things that were given to us by Mad Maggie, which was the last, or Mad Maggie and Red Roof, which were the last plot things, was the Pit of Shumroth and the Obelisk. Because we know that there's a suspected ferryman, and then there is a pit fiend named Obelix in the Obelisk, which is confusing because they sound alike. I think those are the next plot things. Tower of Urn, Stygian Dock, Koshji's Maw, and Bell's Forge are all optional as of right now. So I think we just need to go up to like this corner over here.
So you said
For
either the
plot
Maw
progression.
or the Obelisk? For
No,
plot stuff?
the pit or the obelisk. They're right next to each other, so
But I
we're
think
still going
we
in the
get
same
to
direction.
the obelisk by way of the pit, you know?
Yeah, we have to stop by
Yeah.
the pit anyways, so we might as if we're there, we might as well do both.
Yeah, that's what I think.
When you're within 10 miles of the Grand Canyon, you make a detour just for the memories.
Yeah, like exactly. And there's stuff that we can do along the way there too, so it's not like a this session kind of thing that might end up happening. It might be a few sessions down the line, or it could be this session if we just bypass everything else.
But we might roll up like 3 of those purple worms you guys fought without me.
Listen, if we can run over them in the demon grinder, we should be fine. Package, are you like leaving for the session, or leaving to go take care of that thing that you said would take like 5 or 10 minutes?
No, then I will come back. So
Oh,
I need
okay.
to take care of something. Then I will come back.
You
Okay.
said
Yeah.
I will leave, and I'm like for the session.
Yeah.
No, to take care of something, then come back. Sorry, and I
Don't
didn't want
scare
to
us like
interrupt
that.
too much. That's what I did.
No, you're good. We're just talking about what to do next. So
Yeah.
Um,
You know, Agnes, it's good to wherever is chaos, she's there.
I will say that's the most annoying part about open-ended campaigns like this, where it's like kind of open world, is the figuring out where to go next.
Right. And the DM can only do so much railroading.
Like looking over the tails, trying to figure out what the fuck was what.
keep in mind, you've
Also-
also got some NPCs in your party that NPCs, that might also be able to provide you some direction. if you
Yeah.
ask.
Lulu
Actually,
and the
after-
shield.
Lulu
After
and the
checking
shield,
in
yeah.
with the shield, after checking in with the shield, I want to check in with Lulu about what she knows about Mordenkainen.
That's smart.
Get the angel and devil on shoulder kind of vibe that Xenophon has. I want to see what they both think.
I don't know anything about Mordekainen, unfortunately.
Do you know anything about Obelux? The dude trapped in the obelisk over there?
I'm sorry, I can't help you out much in this one. I do know that Mordekainen is a powerful figure. Might be able to provide any information to point us to the Bleeding Citadel. Maybe,
Bleeding Citadel. That's not something you brought up before.
isn't it?
No. You've actually neglected to mention the Bleeding Citadel till now. What is that?
Yeah, I don't think we've heard that.
She she shrinks back a little bit, but somewhat.
Oh no,
so-
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable. I'm just
Oh,
here to bring it
jeez.
up.
You gather, like, all this time, her memory has been fuddled. It's there but not there. So, sometimes she will, like in this specific instance, she will mention a word but have no idea how or what this place is and in what relational context.
Can I gently place a hand on her and give her guidance to try to work through her memories?
Okay.
Like, specifically about the Bleeding Citadel, but just be like, if you can remember anything.
I think it's where the sword is.
So, the Zariel's sword?
Yes. I'm sorry,
No, you're good. You've had your memories foggy for a while. This is more information than we had before. Thank you for that. Do you know the Bleeding Citadel is it's on this level of hell, right? We don't have to go deeper. It's on Avernus.
It is on Avernus. At this point, the mention of the Bleeding Citadel and the query about where it is, the shield of the Hidden Lord, does pipe up. So, the Bleeding
Love
Citadel.
the Angel Devil vibe.
Yeah, the Bleeding Citadel is a mythical place here on Avernus where Avernus itself is trying to consume, but it's a story. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
put
we have time if you're willing to tell.
I wouldn't put much stock in it.
Well, we wouldn't put much stock in most of the tales we've seen, but as you can see, some of them have been true, so... Any information can be good information.
There is some story that goes around that Zariel, before she fell, cast aside her sword, and upon its impact, a citadel rose up around it.
Power of an Archdevil and a previous angel, I put stock in that.
Theoretically, the nature of this citadel is antithesis to the realm here, and thus crags and various forms of let's just say that Avernus itself would attempt to corrupt or consume this foreign entity in. So thus this Bleeding Citadel has come into existence.
So she cast aside her sword before her contract was made while she was still an angel, and so is trying to consume the residual celestial energy. Got it.
Well, we did watch her get her whole hand cut off or something in Lulu's memories, yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming her casting aside her sword, though, was before we saw her having to kneel before Asmodeus and get corrupted and the whole nine. So I'm assuming it was while she was still an angel that she cast aside her sword, and that's why Avernus is reacting so adversely.
Well,
Like I
we
said,
know the
it's a
map
story.
isn't 100% accurate, but I mean, there's this, guys. Do we just want to ignore the sword covered in bloody ground?
We can go check out the sword. That's also an option. Also,
Yeah.
it's a story, yes, but there are some stories that have turned out to be true, so I'm willing to put stock in something in a place as wild as this.
Okay.
You say it's just a story so casually, but
Could be
clearly
more.
some shit's going on.
You're a dark god in a piece of armor. You're talking to a magical elephant. Things are relative.
Yeah. You say it's a story as if the wildest things in the world don't actually exist. I felt that glance from a mile away. Anyways, okay, so do we want to go check out the big sword then, or do we want to beeline it for the pit?
Or the tower.
I mean, we were on our way back to the Styx watchtowers while doing all this.
No, the Tower of
Of
Erm.
course.
Oh, the Tower of Erm's
Big.
on the way to the pit. So
Yeah.
if we end up stopping there,
Still.
that's whatever. If we want to see the eccentric that is Mordenkainen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
If we went to the sword first, then the watchtower you want would be on the way from there to the tower. We could get all the stops in.
That's also
Let's
an option.
make a road
There.
trip.
Like this isn't a road trip already.
Okay, stops. Sword on the map, Tower of Erm, Pit of Shumroth, Obelisk.
Sure.
Yeah, uh-huh.
So you're gonna go that
I like
way.
it.
Well, actually, correction. Let me, because there's this, Eye of Sauron.
Why don't you just
Tower.
go this way where it's a nice straight line?
Because we heard the story about the sword, and now we want to go to the sword on the map. Because of,
It is a straight line, just a
illusion.
straight line from here to here to here to here, then to there, then over to there. They're all straight lines.
Yeah, none of the lines themselves are curved.
It's like how a circle is made of an infinite number of straight lines, you know?
Listen, we've got our stops planned out for probably the next 5 sessions. At the very least.
Definitely.
Unless
at least.
nothing happens at any of these.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we could just take like 5 Leaning Tower of Pisa picks, you know?
Just like a picture of Agma holding up the sword. Do like the touristy things in Avernus.
Yep. That is what we're becoming.
But yeah.
We're not going to do anything.
we're-
We're just going to tourist.
We're crossing back over the river and getting to our machines. I do want to ask the dude running the tower that we came from, though, if he has any information relating to the Tower of Erm.
Okay. And so you're heading toward the sword?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to ask the dude on the way out, like, hey. I'll also toss him ascending. I still have some leftover materials. I will try to craft a sending stone and toss it to him. Be like, contact us if shit happens, because we do still have that outstanding contract.
You will be summoned if anything happens.
Fair.
What do you know about the Tower of Erm, by the way?
There is sort of a pause before he looks at you. What business do you have with the tower?
Just curious. I've always been drawn to eccentricity, and Mordenkainen seems to be the most eccentric. So, literally just curious of any information you have on him or the tower. If you have nothing, that's your own prerogative.
The mage of the Tower of is a blight, a cancer.
A what?
A blight, a cancer.
Of cancer?
He doesn't
A
like him.
cancer. It's essentially,
Like he's a
He isn't
tumor
a
on
fan.
Avernus.
yeah, he isn't exactly a fan.
Ooh, tell
Right.
me more about this mage. Agnes does sound generally interested.
And while we're catching things
Roll,
off guard, and I kind
roll
of
me a persuasion check, Agnes.
Persuasion? No, perception, right?
Persuasion.
Oh, persuasion.
at your charisma.
Even worse.
Even worse.
A 1.
Where's
Yeah.
my 20s? I don't get it.
We used them all.
Go to
Yeah.
hell.
While Agnes is fumbling over her words, I just want to catch him off guard, flicker some divine energy, and say, and the Citadel.
So,
Like a much more stern look on my face, a hand on my wand. The
Okay.
Citadel?
Agnes.
As we
The,
cut to Agnes.
he starts to devolve into a slew of insults. You're not able to gather much, just that he isn't exactly friendly to demons and devils.
Interesting.
And while to catch him off guard while he's going off on Agnes, I just want to flicker some divine energy, like as much as I can muster right now post combat. Hand on my wand, look him dead in the face, and say, "And the Citadel." And I kind of wanna roll intimidation if I can.
Sure.
Also, slap myself on the chest, give myself guidance. I'll also use my inspiration to mitigate the disadvantage. Where the hell is it? Intimidation, 19.
He sort of looks at you and he sort of gets taken aback and
Everyone's enjoying
Just
their weekend.
blurts out.
Enjoying
the Iron Citadel is
long
our
weekend, holiday
capital.
weekend.
What do you want with it?
No, not the Iron Citadel. The Bleeding Citadel.
Children's
Ogma's
stories.
just in the corner like, there are two?
I'll raise my eyebrows, kind of back him into a corner a little bit, and say, some children's stories have always had stock in truth. Your information would be greatly appreciated.
He pretty much reiterates exactly what the shield said earlier.
And Jabba looking ass. Let's get out of here.
We didn't even small talk this guy. No, how's the wife, kids, good? Front.
We've been gone
But
for
okay,
not
you
even
just
a full
immediately
day.
started by bad copying him. Come on.
He
We've
scoffed.
been gone for not even a full day.
Yeah. It
You
is
can
rather late in your day cycle.
you can scoff all you like. You mean nothing to me.
Hmm.
The only reason we had a contract was for our vehicles.
Get out of here.
This guy's gonna
Gladly.
pour sugar in our gas tanks, guys. Come on.
So, you do find your way back to your vehicles. They have, per your contract, have been left untouched, in exactly the same state that they were when you left them.
Good.
One of them was still damaged, right? One of the Devil's Rides?
Correct.
I want to attempt to repair it if I can. Is it like damaged enough that I can repair it with the mending cantrip, or do you want a Tinker's Tools check?
Mending cantrip cannot fix this.
I'll do a Tinker's Tools check.
So, I will let you know what you need to roll. Just give me a sec.
Or whatever. Oh, yeah.
We still haven't got the rest or anything, right?
Not just yet.
No,
Nope.
I was suggesting we rest in the machine because we know that we're safer in there than we would be in a tower full of devils.
So,
Yeah.
That's what's driving.
you can use your Tinker's Tools, but I need it to be based in strength, please.
Tinker's Tools and strength.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I give a help action?
I was actually going to provide myself the help action with Thistle.
Okay.
He's trying to be independent, Hakra.
Akra.
He's an independent man.
Akra.
Akra, I know.
Whoa.
Sorry.
That was like in a different life.
Sorry.
I slap myself on the chest again to give me guidance. 22.
Oh wow.
It fixes it.
Cool. Hey Ogma, don't break it this time. And I'll
Hey, did I
use like
break the
mending and
last one?
prestidigitation. I'll
Yes.
use it mending and prestidigitation to make it look nicer.
I was pretty sure I got scorched on one, but then it was the sandstorm that broke the other one. I was the only broken thing from my problem, okay?
I'm pretty sure your bike broke too, but whatever.
Alright.
I'm just telling you, don't break the bike.
Alright. So, we'll need to... Okay. So, as you head in that direction, can I have whoever is driving your big machine a animal handling check with your intelligence modifier, if it is different?
We love
What?
the roving band.
What if we've got vehicles?
He does have land vehicles. He's the only one who has land vehicles.
Do you still want intelligence?
Background for car, man.
Or how do you want the roll? Intelligence? Still?
With your intelligence.
Okay. 22.
22. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay. Roll me a survival check.
I'm good at these. Supposedly.
Okay.
Nice.
You don't go
Yeah.
off on a weird side route distracted.
That's right. I know where I'm going.
All right. Just give me a second. I'll pull up the next location.
Well, we follow the plan. The plan is a weird side route, but it's the plan, so it's fine.
I was personally hoping you would get
Exactly.
sidetracked and head off to this other location, but anyway. Would have been interesting.
I'm a man of focus.
Okay. So, as you get closer and closer, the days do blur by. So, you guys can conduct your long rest, level up, all the rest if you wish.
Woo!
You don't have to.
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm taking it.
Agma level 8.
So with that, do I get my attunement to my bow now?
Yes.
Within all that time? Yay!
Keep in mind you can only have 3 attunements
Yep.
active.
I think I only have the one.
That reminds me. Let me check.
I think everything else, all the other magical items I have aren't attunement.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm good.
One.
Oh, that sucks.
That's all good.
No, I won.
Squishy little Agma. All
That's all good for Ogma.
Pakita, I'm going to tinker with my armor a bit. What's your current arcane focus?
That's a good question.
While you level up and all the rest, I'll continue on because at the moment there isn't much in the way of combat here, so it's a lot of interactions instead.
Pakita, for flavor, I am taking off my enhanced armor arcane infusion and putting a enhanced arcane focus infusion onto you, so your spells and attack rolls get an extra +1.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And I suffer like a -1 to AC, which whoop-de-doo. I go from
But you will
18
get
to
it
7.
with the.
I go from
You
18
get
to
it with
17.
haste. Yeah. Thank you.
4 days have passed during your travels to this location. Yes, Felix.
Sorry, I didn't know it was me. I'm sorry. Hunter,
Hey,
were you level 6 this entire time? You just now roll for level 7?
Yeah, we're
no,
level
I was
8
level
now.
7. I've just rolled for. Oh. No, that's Bard level 7. I've got one in Warlock.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We got
Just
2
displays
Locky
weird for level
boys.
20.
Yeah, no, it says class level and not character
Yeah.
level.
Okay. I was like, what? What's going on here? Doesn't sound right.
I'm not that far behind, jeez.
No, oh my god, could you
To
imagine?
be honest, I didn't even know you were behind, to be honest. I know we got to a point where we're all at the same level.
Yeah. Almost.
Yeah, no, we are. I think on XP, Agma and Xenophon are the farthest behind.
Yep. Because I think Xenophane's still level 7.
No, he's level 8. I think he
Oh,
leveled up with
he
the rest
just-
of us, but he didn't
Okay.
get, like, whatever XP we get this session, he doesn't get.
Yep.
So, as you all rock up at this location, you can start to see in the distance a large cracked helm and a sword of a titan lying half buried. As you get closer, you see a spherical stone set into the sword's pommel, still gleaming with scarlet radiance. As you approach, this area is silent.
From where we are, can I detect any magic? Gotta love having it always active.
Here's the thing: it only goes up to 30 feet, doesn't it?
It does. That's why I'm asking. Like, are we in
Around
range?
you
If not, whatever.
specifically, no. Not at 30 feet.
Okay. I just wanted to double check. Uh, giant helm and a sword with a glowing red gem in the pommel.
Mhm.
Does the sword look similar to like one of the flying sword dungeons, or does it look like a physical like blade?
This sword is a Titan's blade and pommel. This thing is massive. And as I said before, there is also a cracked helm.
I wanna take
Oh.
my devil's ride and just go near the helm to see if I can see what's inside.
Roll a perception check.
I no longer have disadvantage because haste is worn off and all of that jazz. Perception! There's the bad roll. After 3 nat 20s, I deserved it.
It's hard to say what's inside. It's dim.
I feel like most of what we're gonna find here is in there, so that's the annoying part. You guys want to check it out?
Yeah, I mean, we have the full rest and everything.
You want to go inside a
Yeah,
big
we're at
helmet, Zenith,
campfire.
or Luke, you want to go inside a big helmet? Titan-sized?
What does this helmet look like?
So
Naval-ish?
the helmet is it's not like it's like a bucket helmet. Sort of comes over the sides. There's a singular slit that comes down to cover up like a nose. But
I know you
overall,
just said this was a Titan's helmet and sword.
say again.
I know you said it was a Titan's helmet and sword, correct?
It is. It is. It's just the design of the helmet. That's what it is. It's just a massive. It is a massive helmet and sword. That's what it looks like. I will also say that there are, as you get closer, there are some intricacies and designs that do not suit the realm here for Avernus. These are foreign to these lands and beautiful.
Gotcha. I have no objections. All this reminds me from the Xenoblade game I've been playing recently.
I have respect for the stout folk. Does this look like dwarven crafting to me?
No, it does not.
Fuck.
That's an easy one.
I figured it was worth a shot because you mentioned like the intricacies and everything. Like that sounds like either elves or dwarves.
This is
You gotta give it a
beyond
shot.
what dwarven make.
Beyond, ooh. Beyond the crafters. Appreciation.
Yeah, there are the dwarves aren't the only ones that can make stuff, right?
No, I know, but
No.
they're like universally in fantasy, like the renowned crafters are typically the
Oh, yeah.
dwarves.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
it's
why
all
I'm
just
like-
like nailing rocks together. How fancy do they really get?
I'm gonna
Have
say
you seen Xenophant's armor? It's literally a machine. They can get pretty fancy.
everyone in this party has experience with various design philosophies of the various mortal races. You've seen some very intricate pieces from the various design philosophies from between elvish, dwarvish, gnomish, all sorts of different makes and styles. This doesn't align with any of them and is far more intricate.
Does it align with any immortal races, like celestials specifically? Would I have any experience with that?
You wouldn't have any experience with it, but you wouldn't put it past.
I won't go explore the helmet. I just drive in. I cast light and I want to drive in.
Okay. Well, your mace
I
automatically.
cast it at the front of the Devil's Ride, so it's like a headlight.
Yeah. Um, you drive inside the helmet, and as you come into this darkened interior, you hear a voice echo from within. What are you doing here? Who are you?
Is this in common?
Yes.
I am just here exploring. May I ask who you are?
What do you want?
Now, are you on the bicycle, on the bike, or you are with us?
Me and Agma are on the Devil's Rides, so we're on the motorcycles.
Okay,
I'm
so I don't
there
see you.
alone currently.
Okay.
I just kind of like cast light on the front of my motorcycle and just peeled off.
Pretty much.
Do we follow him, Alex?
I mean,
will definitely
probably,
follow. I don't know about the tank if that can
probably
fit
at least on the
but-
outside, circling the outside of it.
Okay.
You can. The people outside can definitely hear this voice echoing from within.
Oh, so it's not psychic. It's a
It
loud.
isn't psychic.
Booming.
It booms within this helmet and it echoes outside.
Okay.
I am here because of a folktale, to be completely honest. I've just heard of a sword that was plummeted into the ground and a citadel that rose above it.
And
My
you
map
thought
had a depiction of a sword on the map. I
And
just
you-
figured to check it out.
and you thought my home was the source of your children's story.
It was just
How to
on
remove
my
children
map.
if he said children's story. I'm like, wait a second, did
It
it say
just-
children's story?
It was just a depiction on my map. I wasn't aware that it was your home.
Hmm.
Would you like me to leave? We can have a civil conversation outside. That way I'm not intruding on your abode.
You watch as a spine devil descends from the darkness above before he comes to a small pit to the side
Our
and
favorites.
goes,
I'm not looking for a fight.
since you're here, sit.
I will
It.
park the bike and like do like one of those sit leans on it.
Ugh.
How close
You s-
we are at him
s-
now.
You
So
said sit and I sit.
currently Eldon's inside, everyone else is outside. He isn't paying too much attention to the people outside.
If I
You-
if I get out of the vehicle, I mean,
Mhm.
can I be able to walk, or it's too far?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, everyone is near the entrance to this helmet in some way.
Okay. Yeah, Agnes would like to get out of the vehicle, and just kind of start walking towards Alden.
We'll follow her.
As you
Yeah.
do come in, as you sort of get to the entrance, you watch as a small fire seems to emerge, come from a pit from within inside. Alden, you watch as the spine devil seems to make a fire in a small pit and start to illuminate some of the surroundings within this helmet.
I will like take the little ball of light from the front of my motorcycle and just dispel it.
Yep.
I'm not here looking for a fight, just exploring a little bit. And you are?
My name is
Actually, Olbeck?
Aldrich.
Ulrich.
Aldrich, really, but Aldrich.
Aldrich. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Alvin.
Aldrich. There you go.
Alvin. There was just a depiction of a sword fallen on the ground in the map, so I figured why not explore it if I had the opportunity. I was not aware that it was your home.
Hmm.
I did not come here with any ill intent. Why did you decide to take residence in the helm of a titan,
I was
of all places?
cursed.
Oh.
I was cursed by Tiamat.
Hmm. Fun.
Master. Well. My master once asked me to slay Tiamat.
That's quite a tall order.
I wasn't always like this. And you start to see some vestiges of magic encompassing his form.
Jim, if you don't mind me asking, and feel free to say if I'm prying too much, what's the nature of your curse? I'm here actually as one of the antitheses of Tiamat, if that helps. I'm an emissary of Bahamut.
I was cursed. I was originally tasked to come and win glory for Serta, my deity.
Do I know who Serta is?
Roll a religion check.
I'm just gonna keep slapping myself to give myself guidance. I don't care if he thinks it's weird. I just want to know. 16.
So he's worshipped as the god of fire giants. That's as much as you know.
That's the patron deity of fire giants, and you're a spined devil. Not that I'm judging who one wishes to worship. I just think it's a bit
Well,
peculiar.
I was beaten by Tiamat, and Tiamat cursed me for my impudence, transforming me into this wretched form.
So you were. This helmet and sword was
Is
your
mine.
weapons previously.
This helmet, this weapon, is mine.
So the nature of your curse is transmutation. You were transformed as a result
Yes.
of being defeated. Would I know? Currently, I imagine not. But would I know being sent down by Bahamut, which is literally the antithesis to Tiamat, of any way to dispel things that Tiamat has done?
Do you, Rob, this sort of.
Azamar shit is wonky.
Let's put it this way. Transforming a titan-like creature into a spined devil is so far beyond your knowledge, you would not have a clue.
It may be intercepted. Can I try to contact Valandras?
Do you talk with Aldrich about attempting to allay his curse?
I'll ask him first before I contact Valandras. Do you is there any way that you know of to
There is a way, but the solution's
If the solution is to kill Tiamat, that might be
destined
taller.
to failure.
Is the solution to kill Tiamat?
Well,
Is that maybe too tall of an order?
We've bet
The
on some
blood-
pretty far odds, but that's real long.
Yeah, that's the longest shot possible right now.
yeah. I must spill some of Tiamat's blood on the ground of Avernus. And as you can see, that would be madness in my present form.
Just
A
a bit.
lot easier than killing them, though. Yeah?
Mm.
Like, worlds easier.
There is some if. No.
Does your curse specify in combat, or just that you have to spill blood?
Just that the blood has to be spilt. But
Mm.
even attempting
Does it
such a
have to
thing
be
is
blood from
foolhardy.
Tiamat's body, or like bloodline? Can we find one of her
It has
kids
to be
and-
Tiamat's blood.
This is above game. I'm saying this mainly to Avernus because he was talking about it. If we can just get her to make a deal and give us like a small vial of her blood, and then just have this dude spill it, he can turn back into a fire giant. Because it never specifies in combat, just that he has to spill it on Avernus.
So,
Cover
Aldrich,
your ears, Felix. Another deal.
Aldrich
but this guy isn't actually
does
a
go
devil.
on. Aldrich does go on about how fighting in his present form would be madness. But I've recently learned that a dragonborn, Arkan the Cruel, carries some of Tiamat's blood in a reliquary around his neck.
Arkan the Cruel.
Now that sounds like our scale of bet.
But
Do
he
you
is the
know?
champion of Tiamat, and, well, again, it is no easy affair.
Do you know
Well,
where he was
did you get my
last-
message by chance?
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Listening to all this, like, new salug of knowing my party's past alliances and decisions, and
Mhm.
after saying, thank you for showing there's a champion here," and he'll cast spiritual weapon against this guy.
Alden will step in between and say he's not actually a devil.
And also, this guy isn't the champion. He's
I
telling us
know he
about some
isn't.
other guy.
Alden will step
I
in
already
between
cast the
spiritual-
spell. It's
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay. This is not gone where I thought it would go. Let me just have a quick look.
just an attack.
I know, but I also need a stat block. Potentially.
If you want me to tell you what a Spine Devil's AC is, I have it on hand.
No, I'm seeing if there's one specifically for Aldrich.
Say special stuff to him. No
Yeah.
problem.
Also, the champion's name is spelled like Archon.
Yeah, Arkan. Arkan.
Oh, K-A-N. Okay.
Yeah, it's Australian accent.
Sorry.
Well, that's why I was confused. I'm like, Archon the Cruel. No, Arkan.
We love your accent,
Cool.
Andrew.
Arkan.
We're cool.
Yeah, sometimes that my voice does come a little out.
Well, we're also dealing with fantasy and right names too, so it's like
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
Me
can't.
our
spelling,
like
like,
word
me hearing Arkan is
approximate
Archon.
names, so
Yeah. Also, everyone
Oh,
pronounces them differently, so me hearing Arkan is Archon was not like an incorrect thing necessarily.
Yeah.
I already have it fixed in my notes. You're good.
Yep. A 10 does miss Felix as your spectral.
I actually rolled.
Oh,
I did,
shit.
Yeah, it
Oh,
automatically.
I figured 10 miss. I'm sorry, I didn't even know I rolled. Sorry.
Yeah, no. As soon as you click spiritual weapon, it'll just naturally roll for an attack.
What is his
Okay.
reaction upon the attack?
Ooh.
I will step in between the both of them.
please don't mind
It
our lizard.
seems
He
you
is too
watch
good for this world.
as the what form does your spiritual weapon take?
A dragon.
I'm about to say, we never really made that clear a lot of times. It's just like, whatever.
Cool. As I'm going to
I-
say in this case, it's a sword.
Yeah, it's always been a sword, I guess, but
As the spirit, your sword sort of comes down in what you would assume would have been a rather well struck attack, you watch as the Spine Devil seems to deftly flick around to the side, some unnatural awareness to his surroundings seeming to cause it able to dodge, and with barely a glance rushes itself up into the darkness of the helmet.
He's not actually a devil.
You
it's
just
like
hear a
you trust the words of a devil?
Do you distrust my insight?
Yes.
Even if he wasn't a devil, he's still. Actually, yes, he would. Actually, yes, I would.
You asked that.
Okay. Mr. Red Dragonborn, he was telling me a story that might actually interest you about Tiamat. Would you like to take out one of Tiamat's champions?
You just hear a voice echo from the darkness. Leave.
Sorry about our lizard. We're trying to house train him, but he's real ornery.
News Luke is getting angry at this group, and he's kind of like, even if he wasn't, you'd still trust a Titan?
I trust
Fire
a
giant.
I trust a fire
Fire
giant. over a
giant, sorry.
spined devil. I would trust a fire giant over a spined devil most days of the week. Yes, I feel like that's a fair assumption.
I'm starting to think you're not just like a super zealous paladin. You might just be a racist. Come on.
I'd ask the same for you trusting a dragon.
Ooh.
Of course I will
Luke
trust
just kind of snorts in response. He's kind of like,
family.
and yet all of you are constantly
kin.
making deals with devils.
I haven't made one single deal with the devil.
You're technically part of that group
Mahadi.
earlier, so.
Alden just without hesitation just looks at Aggie and goes, Mahadi. Goes back
You
to
had a deal with the
Nuzalug.
devil before any of us.
Yeah, goes
Me?
back to Nuzalug. I feel like taking out a champion of Tiamat would have piqued your interest, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Actually, it doesn't.
Okay, well, let me check some math with you. Right now, there's one devil in this helmet. If we kill the champion, spill some liquid on the ground, there will be -1 devil in this equation. I feel like that's up your alley.
Also,
Let's
having
deal
a
with the
fire,
champion at a time. Let's just deal with both at once.
also having a fire giant on our side might be an invaluable asset.
I am saying this right now to the players. My character thinks this is a bad idea, and 2, he sees how many deals that he thinks is a mistake, so he does not want to deal with another mistake.
If you don't want to deal, you're more than free to heed his advice and leave the helmet.
That's what he was saying.
I will ask you the same.
You can ask me the same, I don't have to comply.
And I don't have to comply with you either.
Agnes just starts laughing, like actual laugh. It's like, oh,
No.
yes, yes.
We really need a team building retreat, you guys.
Yeah. Agnes starts laughing and starts going to like, oh, come on,
Anyways.
new salute.
You watch as a blur of a figure seems to just dart itself out from the helmet itself, and just flies off.
What flies off? A chicken?
I presume the devil we were talking to.
Yep.
Archon. I'll presume.
We broke into
Aldrich.
his house and started bickering.
Archon was the champion of
Champion.
Tiamat. His name was Uldrak.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Pardon me for trying to help someone who may not be a devil. Isn't that your whole prerogative, is to help people who aren't necessarily evil? And to smite evil that exists? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Things changed. Things change.
Things have changed. You don't follow the same oath that you took.
Well, we're still smiting the evil, but anyone who's corrupted by evil, well, can never be pure, basically.
You
This
didn't even
person-
like
even
check
people
your
who weren't-
senses or anything. You just
Yeah,
sort
even
of
people who weren't
decided.
corrupted, even people who were corrupted, not of their own volition, are evil. People who have curses cast upon them by higher powers are evil inherently. Is that
That guy
what
who
you're
got
saying,
cursed
Nuzulu?
into an otter. Are you saying that guy's evil?
I
What
feel
is
like
that background?
if you're currently digging yourself a grave, you could either stop or lighten it. Those are your options.
Or put flowers on the top. What is around
His
there? Like, is there?
mindset is. I'm actually very terrible at explaining things, I'll be honest. Best way to explain it is. If you were touched or influenced by choice and or force, it does not matter. You are tainted, basically.
I'm trying to
So
point
that's
out that
not a
people who
matter
are
of
tainted
good or
not by
evil.
force.
That's just a matter of you're in the wrong area, so I have to murder you. That's not
Yeah.
very moral at all.
Also,
I am
switching
trying to go in that
Pakita.
direction, but
Also switching to Pakita because she had a question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask if there is something else around that area that I can be looking at or investigating or anything of that sort.
Just roll me an investigation check.
Sure. Well, the discussion is going. Agnes is just walking around, looking at things. Oh, good. Okay.
Is it
Okay.
19 or 25? I'm pretty sure it's 19.
Sorry, 19. I had it normal.
You. Okay.
Ooh.
Inside the helmet, there isn't much. You see the barest semblance of essentially like something where someone wants to try and live or try and eke out an existence. So, like a cot, or in this case, a branch where you might perch upon. You see, obviously, a small fire pit, so on and so forth. Your real attention isn't from within the helmet, but on the pommel of the sword, you see a gem glowing attached to the sword.
The big
Do
sword
I-
outside, right?
Correct.
Do I look? What should I ask? So my attention is focused on that. Is there any particular reason why my attention is focused on that? Like, is there any
just-
familiarity?
It has definitely garnered your attention. This is out of every there are other gems, but they seem to pale in comparison to this one.
So I do ask the guy there. Like, so
He's
what's
gone.
this? Oh,
He's
he's
gone.
gone.
I think he left. He left.
Okay.
He left.
He'll
He
be
flew
back
off.
eventually.
We
Probably-
had
Alden on his
impromptu
way-
Oh,
couples
yeah, he did
therapy
laugh.
session in his hovel, so he ran away.
Alden
Yeah.
on his way back to the bike will kind of just like shoulder push past Nuzuluk, and he's like, "You can feel whatever way you want about people who have been forcibly or not touched by evil," and I'll like air quote it. And like at that point, the shoulder like pushes past like the bumping shoulders on purpose, and I'll hop on the bike and say, "But if I deem someone worth saving, I will stand against you," and I'll drive back to the group.
Agnes, do you want to try and claim
Mhm.
the orb?
Yeah.
Roll me a strength check.
Oh fuck. Brother, can you help me here?
Because it's a touch-based spell, I will send Thistle up and use the channel magic to cast guidance through Thistle to Agnes because I don't feel like flying up.
Okay, good. Thank you. Oh fuck.
That's a
Okay.
save, so.
Oh, sorry. Well,
That's
it's
your
the
free
same.
shot.
He's trying to technically give you advantage. Take the extra roll. At the D4.
I'm a D4.
14.
Hey,
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
way better
It
than
takes a bit of
8.
working, but with a 14, it eventually releases whatever hold that this sword has on this orb is eventually taken off.
I start looking around to see if somebody is looking. Besides, the help with Fisso and Alden. There's somebody else is watching me do this?
I mean, I saw you.
I
I
don't
can
know.
cast Identify through Thistle as well, so we know what it does.
Is anyone who can detect magic within 30 feet?
I drove back to the group, so I think I would be back in 30 feet, yes.
When Agnes is within 30 feet of you, there is a very strong magical radiance coming from this orb. This jewel, this gem.
This was a Titan sword-sized pommel stone. How big is this gem?
It's actually not all that big. It seems to have.
Let's say
But
it's hand
it
size
looks bigger when it was on the sword, but for whatever reason, when Agnes is carrying it, it's about the size of her hand.
I'd like to cast Identify.
Yeah, I did
sure.
show it.
I'll expend a spell slot. I don't want to take 10 minutes with the ritual. I will just spell slot.
Boom.
Okay. You find yourself in possession of an orb of dragonkind.
Okay.
Sounds
Ooh.
good.
During
Isn't that an artifact? Holy shit.
during a break in about 5-10 minutes, depending on how long we take here, I will go through and
That
find
is.
your properties.
Nice.
Maybe read through it before you're saying that's nice. That's,
Yeah.
Still.
Hey, I
Wait.
got something.
Hey,
Have your properties on it.
better than
Hey,
nothing.
Yo, anyone wanna summon some dragons? Because we can do that for an hour.
DC 18 suggestion, eh?
Scrying, we can also find out where that champion is and anything else we need to see. See, now aren't you glad we came to the Oldrak's grave?
Agnes is.
Boom. We got cool stuff.
Yeah, no, by the way, Felix, to clarify, as a player, I have no animosity with you.
No.
Alden and New Zalug, though, not on the best of terms.
I understand.
Like above
that's-
game,
that's
this is
not
like
to say-
entertaining.
Yeah, no, above game, this is hilarious, the relationship that New Zalug and Alden have ever since he became a warlock. But in-game, it's to the point where we basically despise each other and just work together out of mutual goal.
Like, they're
So-
gonna end up fighting. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah,
I
it's
would.
a matter of when we end up fighting, not if.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
At one point, one of us is gonna get pushed over the edge and be like, if we want to settle this one-on-one.
So, do you have any other business here in Aldrich's grave that you wish to try and do?
I
Ogma
wish-
climbs the sword and synchronizes a viewpoint, complete with his own eagle noises.
Say again, sorry?
Ogma just climbs the top of the sword, synchronizes a viewpoint like an Assassin's Creed game, complete with his own eagle noises. He just goes caw for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, sure.
While
It is
he's doing
a
that,
very
I
uninteresting- as a very uninteresting landscape. It seems to just stretch, and then as you go and you jump off, there is no bale of hay, and you go splat.
While he's doing that, I would like to. I imagine having the attention of the entire party fucking cawing on top of the sword for 5 minutes. I would like to write a quick apology note to Uldrak, saying like something along the lines of like, sorry for the argument that ensued in your home and the mannerisms of my compatriot. if you have any information as to Uldrak's location, that would be great. If not,
You mean Arkans?
or sorry, Arkans. If not, no worries. We will return it to you. But we did have to retrieve the Orb of Dragonkind from your sword to be able to scry and find out where Arkans is if you do not return. I apologize. We will return this to you when we come back.
Okay.
First, I do give you a dirty look for writing this note. I have no idea what you wrote, but I'm just giving you a look of, really?
This guy's probably apologizing to that devil rat.
Devil synthesizer.
Alden, without looking up, just feeling the glances, you can look all you like. Take a picture; it'll last longer.
What's a picture?
Cannon.
Alden will just like draw a minor illusion. You know the picture. Has no one ever done this in front of you before? They'll just like wave.
In all seriousness, I don't think cameras exist in this time.
No,
We
like,
just
people
created
using, like,
photos.
people
That's
use,
canon
like,
in our
illusions
campaign
to
right
draw
here.
pictures.
Also, we have like maps. People have probably drawn pictures before.
Nope. We just created them.
Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase. Sketch a picture; it'll last longer.
Make a sketch.
Thank you, that works
A
better.
picture.
All right. So
Oh
at
wait,
this
can you
point-
not sketch with your talons?
At this point, I'm gathering.
Shut up,
Oh
yeah,
God.
Nothing else. So, your next location will be the tower, correct?
No,
the Eye of Sauron.
I am Sauron.
The
Yeah,
Eye
no,
of...
not the
The
Tower of
spooky tower
the
before the wizard tower.
Okay.
Eye of
The
Sauron
Eye of
is gonna have to go
Sauron.
in there.
In that case, we'll have a
Oh my God.
couple
Just call it
about let's say 10-minute break. I'm gonna have a look at this Orb of Dragonkind and have it fully fleshed out for you.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to knock off. It'd be funny. We just go there. It's called like knockoff tower. I was like,
I like
okay.
how it must have a charisma to actually.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're gonna
This
take about a
sounds
10-minute
totally
break here.
Agnes's alley,
I'm
to be
gonna
honest. I
lower
fell.
that a little
That's
bit.
true, but it's Agnes, so it's okay.
Yeah, guys. 10-minute break out. We'll be back here shortly. This is kind of entertaining. I hope you guys are having fun. If during break, throw what you've enjoyed so far in chat. I'm just curious what you guys' thoughts are. But yeah, we'll be back here shortly, and thanks. Hey guys, we're just getting back. Everyone's kind of coming back from break. But yeah, hope you guys are enjoying so far everything that's been going on. I know I am. A lot of weird things are going on. With like party dynamics. It's getting very interesting. They're kind of talking about the orb of dragonkind that we got, or that party members got. But yeah, things are getting very interesting, campaign wise, and just campaign wise, and just with everything. Stories kind of coming together. We got our bow, guys. We can finally use like everything with it, so we're gonna start using that one. At some point we'll sell our other one, so we can make some money. But yeah, let's hop back into let's bring Discord back, or the party back, and yeah,
Whether you control the orb or the orb controls you.
like I said, we're kind of
Correct.
talking
And it's
about
only
the
a one deal thing, so
As
I'm
long
either
as you're
screw.
attuned to this item, you'll
the
have all the beneficial
orb
and
of
negative
dragonkind.
defense. So
Having some
And
fun with
guidance
that.
doesn't affect saving throws.
talking
so I
about
can't
other
do
stuff,
this
but
with
yeah.
guidance. It's
I
only ability
will-
checks.
I will say, because you do have that detrimental on disadvantage on saving throws against spells, that the DC charisma check and your spell save DC of against the suggestion, if you so happen to fail,
If
you
I
will
can
still
bring
be
it
able
up.
to roll
The
normally
bow
because it's
that I
part of
received.
the action of attuning to it. You haven't attuned to it yet.
Uh,
if that makes sense.
I'm gonna flip
A
over.
little bit.
Yeah,
So
so
those are flat rolls, and then after
this is
attuning
actually
is
what we
when
got.
You have disadvantage on spell saves.
correct.
I think it's pretty
Does that
OP
I'll
affect
take the
concentration,
negative
or is that an
um,
entirely different
of
save?
our bow.
Concentration
+2.
Ooh.
No, I don't think so though.
No,
because
that's
It's
a
like
different.
it's like its own
That's a
thing, right?
different one. That is a
Okay,
concentration is different because you're attempting to maintain control of your spell. You're not trying to save against something. You're not trying to save against a spell.
I just wanted to make sure that she wasn't gonna get like extra screwed over.
No.
Yeah.
Because
So
already having
just,
disadvantage on spell saves is pretty bad.
Yeah.
yeah.
I rolled it. I'm like.
Plus, it's pretty high. I am 0 at charisma, so yeah, that's no -1 and charisma. So and that's pretty high.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah.
realize.
And hey, if you fail, we won't know. You'll just be the orb now.
Yeah, like us as players will know, but our characters will have no idea.
So pretty
We'll
much,
just
if
be like,
I
"Oh."
fail, I, like I mentioned, I cannot have any of the like the chargers or cast the spells or anything, right? Because I'm gonna be controlled by it.
So you'll still play your character as normal. It's just that I will
And use it as normal?
provide you a specific end I want you to work toward.
Okay.
It's not going to be. I'm not going to say you can't do X, Y, Z. It's a case of you're currently charged by the orb. This orb wants you to, for example, kill the annihilation of a particular type of people. As long as you work toward that end, it doesn't care.
Okay, and as long as I
It's
work
not
towards that end, I'm
stopping you from doing anything. It's just
I-
saying you now are aiming towards do this result.
okay, but I can still use his uses. Like I can still use it as normal. Like okay, good,
Correct.
got it.
Yeah.
And the only times you can is if you're like actively working against the orb if you're charmed by it.
And the thing too is that I cannot willingly untune it. So, oh fuck.
Yeah, guys, we're
Artifacts
gonna
are
drinks
crazy.
because
If
you know.
can get control of them, they're
drinks.
super good. If you get charmed by them, they're so annoying to deal with.
God, let me.
Well, that's
I don't
totally
think that got
accurate.
into
Even
that
advocates might not know if they
shot.
failed, you know?
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
No, we're good.
Because that's the thing, like, it's just a case of something clicks in the back of your head. This thing is trying to seek for its freedom.
Mhm.
And you just feel some draw. Anyway, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still not attuned to it yet. So.
No.
Just like
But you heads up, I
Damon's
will-
old sword.
Oh,
Take
sorry.
That wanted to be free.
Like I said, I will have to leave around 10 o'clock tonight, just letting you know.
Okay.
We got a couple
45 minutes,
more hours.
basically.
We are
You
currently
still-
heading to the Demon Zapper.
The what?
Sorry.
It's a
Demon
bomb.
Zapper?
Huh?
We are currently heading to the Eye of Sauron. My apologies.
Yay!
I'm sorry.
That's
you
where we're
said
going.
Demon Zapper?
Hey, I think this is the place
You
for
can't
Neil.
just drop the name Demon Zapper and expect me not to question it.
Of course I can.
This
It's a
is-
bug zapper for demons. Be quiet about it.
This is
So,
New's
can I
favorite
have-
place in the entire like realm of Avernus.
Oh my god.
So, you're gonna love this location.
Yes.
Can I have a vehicle control check, land vehicle thing?
Absolutely. Intelligence?
If you roll a 1, you just crash and burn.
He loses directions and we end up following him. Me and Ogma are still on motorcycles.
Okay, decent enough. Roll me a survival check to see how well you stay on track.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Unless Ogma swapped out the motorcycle with someone, but
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, he's so excited for. He wants us to fail.
I'm
He's
driving
waiting
really
for
well.
us to get
That's the
lost.
DM.
hold up. 8 is the sandstorm, right?
So,
Furnished
Hey, I
copy.
drove
If he
really
can
well
throw over the wire,
in the
I don't
wrong
know what makes
direction.
us to roll.
I think 8 is a sandstorm, yeah. We've rolled 8 before.
all right. So yeah,
Sorry.
I'll just quickly roll. Let's go here. 3. Oof. So
3 days?
it takes a better half of a week
Oh.
to get to your next location.
Above game
Not that it
every
really-
night.
Not that it really matters at this point with
Okay.
Goodberry and all the rest.
I was gonna say,
No.
can we just like role play every night before we go to bed? I just cast Goodberry, feed everybody.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
feel like at this point it's just like an unspoken thing of like Barry
Right.
said.
No.
Good Barry, who
At a time.
cares?
Like,
Yeah.
to be
So
like that's the thing. Like, you are taking 7 days to travel to this place. What's
Yeah.
happening elsewhere? You have not a fucking clue.
nope.
And I, in downtime, because I still have enough left to craft too, I want to do both rolls, and this will just be like one on the way to Old Drax, one on the way to the Demon Zapper. I want to try to craft the last 2 grenades that I can make with
Sure.
the materials that I bought in
Absolutely.
Baldur's Gate.
You can
Okay.
definitely do that.
And I can actually attune to the orbiter.
You can definitely attempt to attune to this orb.
I'm just gonna roll my Tinker's Tools first.
I have to say, doesn't her alignment change like every day?
Oh
She
yeah.
has to roll a new one, so but like it's really like the day that we're on the floor is what matters, so she rolls the last day really.
Correct.
So
Correct.
A
Also-
9 and a 21.
So one explodes in your face, which after like a week's worth of rest doesn't really mean anything at this point.
It's
But
just,
you
it's
do.
just
You
obnoxious.
can definitely add 1 to your inventory.
Cool.
Okay.
I've got 2 grenades, and that is all the materials I bought in Baldur's Gate. Unless I get more, I cannot make more grenades.
All right.
I also
Grade minus 2
So-
eyebrows.
Agnes, do you want to attempt?
Yes.
to do
Ah, here's my charisma.
that? This is going to be great.
Oh,
Yes!
this is gonna be so bad.
Yes.
Oh fuck! I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, this is
I
so good. No,
Ah,
it's just the plot thickens.
oh
So,
Wait, was Agni able to give her?
I
'cause
need
Bardic can be
you-
used against saves. Did Agni give
Okay,
her a Bardic
guys,
spell or no?
guys.
Or, Ogma?
I need Pakita
Uh-huh.
to roll a spell save DC of 18 against. Let me just see what spell
That's
save you need to
suggestion.
do. I just need to see.
Intelligence will be good.
It's a charisma, I'm pretty sure.
A wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. I'm not too bad on that. Oh fuck. Never mind.
The plot thickens.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that this happened to Agnes, but as a player, I am so happy we get to see what
There is
happens.
that is
As-
actually total Agnes, so I am happy.
As you gaze into this orb. This
Mm-hmm.
opalescent bluish orb. You feel like there's this depth in front of you. And as you gaze into it, this depth seems to stretch and stretch. And you almost feel yourself falling and falling. You try and jerk yourself away, but as you look up, you don't see the familiar trappings of the innards of the war machine. You instead see a endless horizon up, down, and all around of a moving, familiar bluish energy that we were just looking into.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is so good.
Yes.
You see a shadow, large,
And in charge.
coming above you. No, it's below. It's behind. You feel a presence all around you. It encapsulates you. But you don't feel in danger. You feel warmth. And as you feel this warmth, your eyes close before they open again. The world around you is now shifting in various colors. You look up and see your brother, the various different magical affinities of his effects coloring him. There is a familiar blue shade across the world as you now gaze.
Does he
As
seems to be in danger?
he doesn't.
Okay.
And you thank Taxis for that pleasure.
What do you mean by that? I feel taxes?
PAXIS?
You thank the
TAKHIS.
US government.
Yes, I was gonna say.
TAKHIS, you said?
Correct. You feel,
Ah.
yeah, you feel a desire to further the advance and further the worship of Taxis.
Do I know of taxes? Do I
You start
am I
to
familiar with it?
you start to recall the name sort of just jumps to you. And as you, this is a name you've not really heard before, but as you sort of wonder on this name, bits of information do seem to come to you almost naturally. This Taxis is got many names. My Tat, she of many faces, queen of many colors and none. The Dark Queen, the Lady of Chaos, the Dark Warrior, Shadow Sorcerer.
It does sound like Agnes.
You know, as there are bits of random information, the celebration of dragons, the creation, you know that Taxis is eminently old, very old, almost preceding the gods. In fact, it is almost a source of pride that, and you know that she is older and more powerful than the gods themselves.
That fits totally Agnes's now.
And she feels near. That's as much as I'll tell you about it.
What a
Okay.
Oh,
last
shit.
line of that explanation. Whoa.
Within
What?
within mine and Agma's distance from the demon grinder, do I sense a change in magic, or am I too far away?
I'm gonna say that there is definitely a change that you can see using your detect magic.
Like
there
I'm not trying to pinpoint it. I just want to see if there is
No,
a
no,
change.
no. But you do see that a familiar magic that was in the orb seems to coat Agnes now like a second skin. You've seen this with various powerful magical items periodically.
Like
Say,
the
for
shields.
example, such as Felix's Holy Avenger. Occasionally, the magic of it will encompass him like a second skin, mostly when he is channeling like a divine aura around him, sort of a thing.
But this isn't like one of the ones that goes away. This is like it's there.
It is there. Yeah, it is just there. It doesn't really trigger your notice more than it should.
It's
And
just like, oh, there's something going on. But
Yeah,
nothing,
like she's just
crazy.
I see she's just attuned with a powerful magical item.
Yeah,
But
it's not like, oh, there's crazy magic.
No.
But I actually do not tell them that I'm attuning to it, and I'm not telling them what like the senses and my visions or anything. Like I keep it from the party.
I
Fair.
mean, I don't know
Hey,
your
this
visions
is
and
the new
everything as a
normal for
character.
you. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
just regular Agnes.
As a character, I don't know your visions and everything, but also as a character, I know that you've attuned to it. I just don't know what happened.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Alden might sense it and might know it because he knows Agnes very well.
I mean, I've sensed
But-
that you've attuned to a magic item. I haven't talked. We're still in the vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm not
But
gonna
I
go
do
out
not-
of my way.
But I do not speak of it at all.
But there is, from DM to players, there is an absolute ton of titles. Like, I'm counting like 15 titles that this
Oh.
entity has.
I looked up her wiki page because it was a name I was unfamiliar with, and I was very surprised to see just how extensive it was.
It's great.
It's like it's not like you scroll, like you have to like press the middle button down and just like you have to let it go. It's long. There's a lot for Taxes.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do a lot of research between this week and the next time we play.
Pakita, I will, after this, I will tell you of a couple of extra details that we can keep
Okay.
amongst ourselves.
You know, that's a one-on-one conversation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I am neutral. After that, after I attune to it, I become like very neutral for the day.
So
no,
you
Well,
roll-
you
you
also
roll
have to
2d6.
check if you're
2d6,
neutral for
so
the day.
you're-
Yeah.
Oh, 2d6.
yes.
Yeah, so you're neutral blank.
Okay.
Oh no,
Neutral evil.
you're
Oh, you're
Neutral evil.
wait.
no, because the second
is
d6 is a 5. You're
2d6?
neutral
Oh,
evil.
no. Two. So you roll d6s, two of them separately.
Twice. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, so it's a 4. 3 and
you
4.
are true neutral.
Yeah,
True
that is true
neutral.
neutral.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Let's go to Agni next before we do anything.
Okay.
I'm very excited for the lore. I am
Oh.
a note-taking. I'm a note-happy bitch.
I'm
What's
aware.
that guy gonna sacrifice us to? I'm still on that.
I have Demon Zapper pulled up and everything.
Agni.
I'm just curious what the hell why he betrayed me.
That's right. Tool.
Above game.
As you gathered through his journal, isn't from your plane. He has traveled quite a bit. You see various entries whereby he talks about having picked up a companion who you gather was yourself. The various adventures that you passed on before your current but there is an undercurrent around a use to an end. He grew away from this slightly and thus tried to essentially save you by forcing you away before he continued on his search, so that way when it came to a time of sacrifice you would not be present.
Okay.
It's ultimately how it reads.
So he didn't necessarily
He
turn
picked you up
against me.
initially as a sacrifice, as a willing sacrifice, but then he grew too fond of you
Oh,
after you started to pick up more and more tools of his trade. And then he's like, I can't handle this, and he sent you away instead.
okay.
Or organized to send you away through the illusion.
He
Got
got feelings and tried to spare you. Us idiots blundered back into the line of fire.
I went searching.
I mean,
All right.
yeah, we didn't all blunder back into the line of fire. Agni was asking about it, and we were like, hey, we're here, we support you.
Yeah.
So, all right. As you arrive at your next destination, you see a large orb of radiant light cascading from a rusted metal monument shaped like the upraised mandibles of a giant beetle. This area is currently set into a large plain, and as you proceed forward, you see other demons in somewhat close proximity. And just as you're about to go to your battle stations, you watch as they are exceptionally close and drawn to it, almost like moth to a flame, they are zapped out of existence. A large electrical type energy hitting them and dissolving them.
I imagine it doesn't leave any goo, just sort of evaporate.
It doesn't, they just evaporate.
Of course you would ask.
It is a very Ogma question.
Look, if there is an infinite goo just happening somewhere, I would never leave.
Just a black circle of goo around this tower.
Oh god.
So, do you approach? Is now the question.
I can't, with the detect magic, I can't detect, where the aura of, where the zapping stops, right?
Not from your current distance, no.
Oh. Does it only zap like beans, demons, devils? Like,
It seems
It's called
to be.
the Demon Zapper? So I can't
Do we
be
test that?
sure.
do we
It seems to
test
be.
that?
Like, you don't
dude?
see any other type of creature around. You don't know.
Can Thistle fly close to it?
Sure.
Closer
I
than the
mean-
demons could.
It's
Um,
a very
So-
valid.
as you send Thistle forward, he approaches where the first. Well, you see on the ground bits of ash and other faint markings that are quickly being blown away by some of the winds. He proceeds past. And then further inwards where another mark lies. And then another mark. And then another.
Right. By the time he gets to the fourth mark, I'm like, okay, turn around. It doesn't, at the very least, it doesn't affect constructs.
Valid.
You know what? Ogma's willing to gamble on how much ichor you can eat before the demon zapper counts you. He's just gonna rip ass towards it full speed.
No.
Alden will quickly follow suit in the oh god damn it kind of vibe.
Agony turns the demon grinder.
You're running toward the demon zapper?
I am like staying behind. I'm staying like a distance behind them. I'm not like right
Yeah.
behind them. I'm like, oh shit. Like, let's just
Specifically
slowly
keep the
turn.
demon ride.
Sorry, I need Avernus. What was it?
I'm gonna specifically keep the demon ride. If this thing vaporizes me and it happens to ghost ride into the aura a little, I'm sorry.
Alden is also quickly following suit, a thistleback on his shoulder.
God.
How
I'm
much?
just gonna preemptively give myself guidance.
Okay. I need to whisper you a message.
Ogma?
Boy.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Ogma's gonna die, isn't he?
This gonna be Roll20 or Discord? Got it. Never mind.
Just a yes. Do you or do you not?
Presently, I'd say no.
You pass on it. There is no effect as you proceed inside the umbrella of the range of this tower.
I'm gonna take a wild guess that question. Like, that question was like, do you consider yourself to not be a human? That's what I'm betting. You don't have to confirm or deny. That's what, in my mind, that was.
So,
Ogma will
that's quickly
stop
following
sweating
suit.
bullets
At this
and
point-
wash down that stress with a bit of demon ichor.
at this point, you are roughly 100 feet from the base of this zapper. And as you look closer, you see a cage at the base. And within this cage is a creature of radiance. Pure. Not natural for what you've seen here. As you get closer to this rusted metal structure, there is a unicorn entrapped here.
I want to ask it in Celestial how it got here.
So are we even near the thing yet, or we just see it?
When I get up to it.
Okay. So, I didn't think he'd actually be coming here, so I need to quickly read up on a couple of things. I love speed reading.
Do you want me to give you a few minutes?
No, it's fine. A lot of it,
Like, is there
yeah,
guards
a
around?
lot of it
Is
is
there-
literally just the effects of the demon zapper. So I'm just making sure there isn't anything lore-wise that I need to talk about.
Let's say it's like any guards around. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Humans are fine, but does it affect Celestials at all?
Giants
So-
or Dragonborn or
Does it affect Goliaths?
So,
Yeah.
Demon Zapper, but does it affect devils?
Unicorn has telepathy. Yes, it does.
so only, well, depending on how it only.
Okay.
See, they can also speak Celestial, but their main form of communication is like 120-foot telepathy or something along those lines.
It's 60-foot telepathy.
So, aren't unicorns also Fey too, technically? I could be wrong there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think they're Celestial Fae.
Okay, so I wasn't quite accurate. It's the cage that it's in is the unicorn is trapped inside a cage of a 10-foot diameter sphere of magical force, which prevents. It is suspended between the zapper's spines, 50 feet off the ground.
Oh,
So you actually have to be at the base.
unicorn.
My mistake,
Unicorn
Felix.
is
It's
the
a
Eye of Sauron.
my mistake, Felix. It is a large celestial, but it speaks Sylvan, so it can talk to Fae.
Correct.
I just had to say. I wanted to see if it was both or just one. It's just celestial.
You watch as the unicorn, from its position 50 feet above you, sort of looks down and then seems to double take as you're not dead.
I will activate my radiant soul and fly up to the cage
Sure.
and ask it how it got. How did you get here?
I was.
This is all in celestial. I'm not asking. you.
Yeah, I'm just quickly double checking because I'm like, does she know? She would know, but is there a specific thing? No,
And-
it's more about other stuff.
And can anyone who knows Celestial hear this?
She's
curious.
just blanketing out telepathy because you are the first creatures she's seen in a very long time.
Cool.
You
I
gather
haven't been killed by the
haven't
Zabber.
been killed by this.
Can understand it.
She ended up in a unfavorable pact with an archdevil.
Can I try to? Is it like a regular cage or is it like a magical? Like, can I
This
see
is
if the
magical
a regular
cage.
one?
This is definitely a magical cage.
Can I find out what kind of magic is on it with detect magic?
It is. It's not like the cage is both like the cage is physical and magical. It's like the magic is infused into it, trapping the unicorn inside. If anything, I would say it's an enchantment.
And it's not like an enchantment that I think I could break away with the Maces of Disruption.
This you could try, but with your detect magic, it's exceptionally strong. This is not something you could just attack and be able to break open. This requires steps, you gather.
Oh, then we'll just kind of like sit on top of the cage and like look down at her. What's the nature of the deal that you got forced into with the devil? Or archdevil?
You ask this question, and the rest of you, as you stand on the ground, from within, like, if you're in like a small circle, a figure sort of rises itself up from between each of you and goes, "Come down from there. She doesn't know much."
And I should trust you, why?
Because I am guarding her. I am her friend.
My insight when he says friend.
Yeah,
Sure.
its friend or our friend?
It's just the way he said friend. I'm like,
Are you protecting her
He considers her
or
his
keeping
friend,
her?
and
does she consider him a friend?
well, you didn't incite her. You
Can
incited
I incite her as well? Just get the gauge of the situation.
Fine. There isn't. You don't really detect an undercurrent of falseness.
Does he have a trustworthy face? What's this guy look like?
So,
And we'll fly back down
Can you
to
get a
meet
picture?
him because I'm still within range of her telepathy, so I can still talk to her.
this creature that has come up from the ground, very rock-like in appearance, but humanoid. if a humanoid didn't have legs. You see sort of like a dust-like windstorm coming from about the waist. Anything above the waist is covered in a like a tunic or sort of half dress.
An elemental? I will say this to him.
A Dao.
Yeah, that's the genie version.
I
That's even worse.
am Ralzala, the Dao.
Ralzala, you said?
Ralzala, the Dao.
I got the letters right, but I didn't realize that there wasn't a space. I'm always like the slightest bit off.
It's all good.
No, I know it just bothers me because I'm like, I'm always this close.
The unicorn, shit, I had the name just 2 seconds ago. Moon Color and I brokered a deal. Unfortunately, it ruined us as much as it fulfilled our deal. And well, you can see the current dilemma that we are in. I will not leave my companion, and my companion cannot leave.
Understandable. Would you be willing to tell me the nature of this deal?
I was seeking revenge against a rival who sought to ruin me.
And this rival is?
Dead.
So, if you were seeking revenge, why is the contract still intact? Was that not the trigger?
Because we sought to provide a service, and this here is the service. Without having anchored the arrangements, this is how we have now ended up against our will.
Using her celestial force to vaporize surrounding demons.
We are currently in service, yes, to Zariel.
Birds of a feather, it would seem.
Yeah, join the club.
Fools. We are all.
What did you? I assume she gave you a little imp, particularly one with a British accent, came and gave you a copy of your contract.
No, this was someone else.
You weren't provided with a copy? Or did she just have that many servants?
A copy is lost. I don't have it on me anymore. But it wouldn't do much. But I do know a way out. But I would not part from this place.
What's the
I know
stipulation
that
of your
the-
loophole?
I know that the deposed Archdevil Bell would aid in trying to. Sorry, I know the Archdevil Bell would like his position back. I am sure he has also expressed some displeasure, and we would be able to persuade Bell to assist you if you help us.
Sorry, you think you could persuade a former archdevil to aid a few celestials and
It's-
humanoids from the
I
privateer?
know, it doesn't sound the best.
It sounds very unlikely.
I know. But I would definitely provide a letter of introduction and what's the word? I would put my reputation behind yours.
With all due respect, and I mean this in the best way possible, a letter of recommendation and the word of the reputation of someone who is currently trapped at a glorified bug killer might not hold much weight with a former archdevil.
That said, a foot in the door is better than you have. And then at his choice of words, Bogman's gonna look at the cloud of not legs and get quiet again.
If you assist, I can provide a way forward. But it is so unlikely that it's almost impossible.
You know,
Zulu.
people keep saying that to us.
Well, you try finding the blood of a titan around here.
Zaluk,
Funny you mention that.
I know we're not on the best of terms. You're all for exterminating demons and devils. What do you say to freeing celestials?
I cannot help her.
If you cannot help her, then what's the point of helping exclusively you?
Is it?
Wait a second. Were you talking to Lulu or Ralzala?
Oh no, I was
He's talking to me and News Luke.
No, I said Zaluk. I didn't say New Zaluk, I said just Zaluk.
Oh, never mind.
No, I thought you were responding as the Dao, being like, oh, well, I can't help the unicorn. I'm like, okay, well, then what's the point?
No. The unicorn and the Dao are entwined in this
Yeah,
contract.
no, so I'm asking New Zaluk, I'm like, you're all for exterminating demons and devils. I know we're not
Oh,
on the
it's
best
like, oh,
of
that's
terms right now.
For once we agree, we should help. We should help this helpless beast in its cage.
Okay, I just wish you know that the context of this is that if or when we go to Bell's Forge and talk to him, you can't attempt to fight a pit fiend.
Why
You
not?
have to let it be, because we need his aid to release them.
The question here is if you're willing to side with one previous Archdevil against the current Archdevil.
Can I clarify here, please?
Go ahead.
So, the Dao states that she can get you a introduction to Bell, who is after his old position back. But it does also require that you sort out their predicament first. And that predicament seems to be tied to the blood of a Titan.
What's
Just
the
as
name of the
clarification.
Titan? What is the name of this Titan?
Just a Titan. You're not going to find one here, though.
No, I would prefer a name, just for context.
I don't have one. A Titan is a Titan. It doesn't matter which
Yeah,
one.
you just need the categorical Titan blood. That's fine. We've got one shot at that, but
We do, but it might be dicey.
he wouldn't be against
Just to clarify,
trading
are you
some
saying
blood for some
Titan
blood.
or Giant?
Titan.
Okay.
And from your conversations previously, there is technically a transmutated Titan here on Avernus.
Yeah, for I guess like stat block comparison, it was Fire Giant, but he had said that the gear of the Titan that is laying around Avernus is his.
See, Nuzalug, if you had murdered that devil right away, we wouldn't have been able to save this unicorn. It would have been stuck because you were trigger happy. Huh.
Intertwined. We help retransform the spined devil back into his Fire Titan form. We get just like a little bit of his blood for the unicorn, go talk to Bell, get his old position back, get rid of Zario.
We get
There
rid
is-
of one demon, we loose a unicorn, all good things.
But the thing is, we don't have to tell him about this contract. We could very plainly leave out the information of this contract with the Tao to Bell and get him to agree to never interact with the Prime Material via contract. I know that Nuzaluk isn't the most keen on contracts, but if a contract for not affecting the Prime Material, that might be worth it.
Wait, are you already trying to lawyer Ball? Come on, man.
Listen, if I can lawyer a pit fiend, I
We're
can
like
do anything.
3 steps away from even starting that conversation.
And more context will arise, and I can adjust as we go. I'm not stupid, I'm just dumb. There is a difference. Anyways, I'll be right back. I'm all for helping the unicorn and the Tao.
Fantastic.
As above game. I'm letting the rest of the party decide as a whole.
Well, I'll make that 3-4. Agnes, how you feeling?
Well, you know they're always gonna
Oh.
side with brother. Especially because I'm feeling quite neutral at the moment.
Agni, is this where you draw the line? Are you gonna kill the party over this? Test out your new bow?
I'm not killing my party. People who helped me get this bow.
The the party is upon the brink of a knife. Stray but a little, and it will fail.
Basically. Oh.
I can't
Oh,
wait
wow.
for like 3 of our characters to independently decide the entire rest of the party needs to die.
Look, at the end of this session, I'm not sure you noticed, but at the end of this campaign, it's going to be a battle royale between the players. You know that's going to happen.
Free for all.
It's gonna be one epic fucking thing.
One of
I'm-
us
I-
will win this.
I'm just gonna run 600 feet away and just keep running 600 feet away, just shooting. Bye.
Note to self, pick up Spell Sniper next time. Ooh.
Deuces. Agni's out. He's just gonna go hide in the woods. Or in Avernus. He's comfortable here.
I'm just saying. Okay, I just want. Again, I'm not sure it's just me or something. Whatever. Okay, just to clarify here, for
Sure.
like the 50th time for myself, to free the unicorn in the state,
Yep.
we have to get blood of a titan.
Correct.
Okay.
Currently, the only Titan that you know is transformed into a spine
Devil.
devil, but you do know
Get
where
him.
he lives.
Back into
Okay. But
know that. Actually, no, you
but
don't. Know
to say,
that.
but to say, then I'm confused. It's like, okay, why do we need the bell or the ball, whatever, all that stuff for?
So I think this is offering us an opportunity to fight Zariel. We can side with Ball against them.
This is an opportunity to gain alliances in a future potential combat against Zariel if such an eventuality occurs. So that way, you
New
have
will have a
a powerful
okay.
ally.
New would have a problem with that. He'll agree up to the freeing of the unicorn part. Like
That's cool.
like
Alright,
That's
well,
cool.
think about it this way. Best to best, we win, depose Zariel. We have to put somebody on the throne. Someone has to run Avernus. Do we want to choose who that is, or just let the power
well,
vacuum suck?
okay. Here's the thing: Zariel doesn't run Avernus at all. She just leads the armies on the top, this layer.
No, she
Okay.
does both.
No,
she is
rules this
essentially
layer.
a warrior queen of Avernus.
So there are 9 levels of Avernus. Zariel rules and looks after the first layer of Avernus. Her master rules the 9th level, that is that's
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus, yes.
Thing is, we have to think of the consequences. Like, we could absolutely pull a Guatemala and put Bell in position of Zariel and use him as a puppet, but we would also be angering and incurring the wrath of Asmodeus and by extension the Obsidian Mandate.
But if we just leave that power vacuum going, it'll probably most certainly be worse.
Yeah.
I love this. People are now
The
playing games.
the question is, do we want to deal with a power vacuum and just let that happen in Avernus while we live our lives on the Prime Material, or do we want to have a puppet on Avernus and deal with Asmodeus?
Or hey, one of us could take that bullet. Do you want Ogma to lead as Avernus? Do you want to leave him with that power?
Oh,
Honestly,
God.
if you don't, if Ogma agrees by contract to
Oh my
not
God.
interfere with the Prime Material in terms of Avernus, I don't give a shit what you do.
Oh my
I
God.
know
That'd be.
so much about the end game. I'm trying my best to keep my mouth shut.
You think Ogma's gonna sign a contract?
Because you haven't before, Mr. Warlock.
I've only shaken hands. I don't put my name to things.
I never
You think
Oh
I'm
my
formally signed
God.
a
to
con-
write?
I never
I
formally
know
signed a
okay,
contract
you
with
weren't here.
Zariel either. She only hugged me.
Oh my God.
Okay, I knew you weren't here when I said this, but basically, I think New would kind of agree to go up to the point where frees the unicorn, but everything else, like meaning ball, all that stuff, he would oppose to it.
I mean, we need to meet Belle to free the unicorn, essentially.
No, we don't.
No, you don't. The
No, we're freeing
reward
the unicorn
from-
in intentions of beating Bill.
Oh,
The-
he's just in return upon freeing the unicorn is like, hey, I'll give you a letter of introduction to this dude.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Whether
My
or not
reputation
we
online.
take that, whether or not we use it, is up to us.
We could use
mean,
that
I'm still
invitation
curious-
to get up to him and then gank him in his throne room. If you
I'm
feel
still
full.
curious as if to Belle, like if Belle could give us like could craft us, or if we could find any good items in his forge, whether that be killing him or him creating them for us. I don't really care. I feel
He
like
might
at
be
some
like a
point we
level.
should-
He might be a CR25 for all I know, but it's
I
like
feel like at some point we should go there, whether that be to get him to make us stuff or to try to kill him.
And if we're
It's
gonna
either
free the
items-
unicorn anyway, we might as
It's
well
items
get a way to not
and
get
or-
murdered out of it.
Yeah, it's like items
It's-
and or XP.
it sounds like the party is agreeing to do this. But I will have to go now. That's my foot.
At
into
the very least,
discussion.
we're all
And we'll
agreeing.
call it here once we decide. Like, what you guys can continue this as much as you want, but pretty much this is the end of this area for Demon Zapper, and we'll probably call it for today as well.
At the very least, we're all agreeing to at least free the Dow and the unicorn. Before everyone leaves, I just kind of want to point to Agnes because I cast Identify, so I know what it does. Agnes,
Uh-huh.
would
Yeah.
you mind scrying on that Dragonborn champion so we know where he is? Because you can
What?
Are you
cast
talking about me?
you
What?
can cast the
What?
scrying spell with the Orb of Dragonkind.
No, that champion.
But I believe you have to be familiar. Give me a sec.
No, this believe it gives you the spell.
Yeah, but you have to be
I put it
familiar
right
with
there.
the target.
Haven't read too much about that one.
Let me see. You can
I posted in there.
see and hear a particular creature you
On the same plane as
on the
existence.
same plane. Must make a wisdom throw that the target knows he is being observed. Okay.
Yep, it just has to be on the same plane. It doesn't. You not have to be someone you're familiar with. So
Uh,
can you cast scrying on the champion just to find out generally where he is? 'Cause
so
that's the first
we
step
knowledge.
into turning Oldrak back into a Titan.
Yeah, I will do that. I will spend the charges. Charges.
I think it
Yeah,
was
there's-
what 4 charges,
7.
7
But
charges.
you have to see and hear. She never saw it.
No.
No, you see
Heard
and
of
hear
him.
with scrying.
Particular creature, not that you've seen before, but it's just you can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence.
So locate creature is the one that specifies familiarity. Scry
Yes.
is
The
just
save
you choose.
the save modifier depends on your connection and knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's only
you
like
say it's a
concentration up to 10
dragon?
minutes.
it's a plus
It's
0.
the Dragonborn champion of Tiamat.
I can call
Yes.
a dragon.
So I'm going to say this is secondhand knowledge because you've heard of the target. You haven't met the
Yep.
target, so it's not firsthand, and you're not familiar with the target, i.e., you know the target well. So
Mhm.
your connection. Okay. You have currently no connection with the target. Being a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, little like possession or a garment, or a likeness or a picture.
Did
So,
they? Can they describe it in there where we are? Can we talk to the guy and say like, "Hey, describe
No.
it, draw
This
it"?
isn't a case of that you can communicate. This is a case of that you can see and hear this
It's
person.
essentially like a magical spy cam.
Correct.
Okay.
You're trying to see if you can see it.
You're magically stalking him.
Mhm. Or attempting to.
I just want to find his general location because that, like, when it comes to like freeing the unicorn, because it's an order of
Yeah,
operation, because we need the blood of a titan. This is the first step. We have
Alright.
to turn
Um,
Uldrek back into a titan to get some of
Okay.
his blood.
Good night, everyone. I'm sorry.
Bye,
Good night,
Felix.
Felix.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will,
Bye.
I'll like message you as to if we find where he is. I'll put it in the general chat.
so, I'm just sort of going through the scrying spell thing.
Mhm.
And
Just,
it's got a lot of info.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's more about how it sets it up.
So we've
let's
heard.
save
So it sounds like whatever they get a +5 to their save.
the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. So what's your saving throw, please? And I actually do have a stat block for Arcan.
It looks like spell save DC is 15. I don't know if it differs from
Mhm.
So
actual.
Agnes, what's your
Yeah.
spell save?
The spell save DC is 15.
It's an even 50-50 with a 10. I don't know if he has a positive modifier or anything like that.
He has a positive modifier on top.
Oh, okay, so low chance that we find him, but we can also cast Scrying daily until we find him.
So do I roll an intelligence saving throw?
No, this
No,
is
he has
rolls
to.
the save.
I have to
Ah.
roll the saving throw. And it is a wisdom, is it? Yes, it is. It's so lucky it's not charisma.
Oh, but does he have like a +7 to charisma or something stupid?
So let's have a look. Just double checking if there isn't anything else that I need to take into account.
Yep, you expend 3 charges for Scrying, and you regain 1d4 plus 3 expended charges daily at dawn. So the next morning you get
I'm gonna be
Scrying back.
whispering this roll, which is always whisper rolls, fantastic. So, all right.
Yeah, so we can cast Scrying daily because we get it back the next morning with charges.
No matter what.
Okay. You
Scrying
concentrate.
only costs 3. We can try it twice every
You
day.
think about your knowledge about Arkan the Cruel. You know that he's a champion of Tiamat. As you concentrate on your jewel, there's something that wants to pull you in a direction, but you instinctively flinch away. Unfortunately, he saved.
We can't use like our connection to him in adjacent, like the connection between Bahamut and Tiamat of like champions of either to do anything, right?
Doesn't work like that, unfortunately.
Okay.
Can I try it again?
I knew it was. You have 7 charges, so yes, you can cast Scrying. You have enough charges.
Technically.
You get
I knew it was a long shot going for that like adjacency thing. I just wanted to check.
Nah,
I just want to
unfortunately.
find out what this dude is.
Yeah, like scrying's one of those spells. It's good, but there
It
are
has
different
limitations.
modifiers and connections.
Yeah.
Even then,
But
the
also-
connections. It's all about the specific individual, not through what you might share through someone else.
Right.
It's also actually
And there's
got a line, so we
basically
can only
nothing
cast it
you
once
can
a day.
do about it. It's
It's
just
actually
a
got-
thing you do.
It's actually got a line, we can only cast it once a day. On a successful save, the target isn't affected, and you can't use this spell against that target again
Yep.
for another 24 hours.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
So we can actually only cast it on him once per day, but we can cast Scrying itself twice.
But
Mhm.
you
We
can
can scry
as
with somebody
that
else.
creature, choose a location you have seen before as the target, but you have to see that.
Yep.
I'm more interested in finding the location of him in case he's in a location we haven't seen before. I think it's more beneficial just to keep casting it daily against him to try to find. Because, like, yes, we have, like, our story places to go, but when it comes to freeing the unicorn and dealing with Uldrak and all of that, that is the first step, is finding this dude.
Agnes,
Yes.
roll me a religion check.
Yes.
Depending on the roll, I may have to talk to you separately immediately. I need to talk to you separately.
Oh,
Okay.
All right, good
Yeah.
night. I imagine that is the end of the session.
Yes.
Before you cut away, do we get any XP
Hey.
for avoiding the fight with those 3 bearded devils?
Everyone gets 2,000 points of experience.
Oh wow, 2,000. So we're at 45.
45.
Correct. Also,
45 to 50.
whilst I've got everyone here minus Felix, there is a lot of stuff now. Like, you've gone to a lot of places, you've gotten a lot of pieces individually.
Mhm.
A lot of the places now will start connecting those dots together,
Fair.
like what you've just experienced with the the Titan and the various other locations.
Yeah,
There
we
are-
skip
The unicorn
sequence
eating
a bit,
Titan
but
blood and
eventually
all
we'll
that.
find the
Yeah.
critical path.
Yep. There is a lot of, like I said, there is a lot of stuff that you've played around with and you've got periphery knowledge of. There may require going back and forth between other entities. It all
Mhm.
depends how you go forward.
Cool.
Listen, doing fetch quests may suck, but if it helps us in the long run, because the idea of having a unicorn, a Dao, and a fire giant on our side is very appealing.
It's not
Yay,
a fire
kid.
giant. It's
Sorry, a fire titan. The idea of having a fire titan,
That's
a
the
Dao,
reason-
and a unicorn on our side
It is the
very
reason why
appealing.
there's a lot of confusion. It's not a giant, it's a titan.
Yeah.
But like
It's not
having
quite
the 3 of
kin.
those possibly on our side, even just remotely, is very appealing. If I was like, hey, we're all fighting the same fight, would you help us against Zariel? And they were like, yeah, sure. I'd be like,
Mhm.
let's get
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Getting all the help we can in an adverse situation, absolutely worth it, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the night. I'm gonna let Felix talk to Pakisha separately because I know that you need to do that.
Yep.
Good night.
Okay. Night.
Have a good one. All right, guys. Oh boy. Very interesting stuff happening. Holy cow. There's a lot heavy stuff coming through. Wow. But yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out. I hope you enjoy it all. I know I do. I enjoy having you guys here, having fun with us. Again, I know it's a lot. It's not a lot of interaction or, stuff, but I'm glad you all are here. I enjoy and appreciate everybody, no matter in any kind of aspect. Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Memorial Day. No, I don't remember what holiday it is. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday weekend. Take time, just relax, have fun. Remember what it's for. Appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, see y'all next time. Peace.